Have you ever asked yourself, am I truly living, or am I just existing? Every morning, you wake up and repeat the same routine. Go to work, come home, eat, sleep. Then the next day, the same again. Sometimes, you stand among a crowd, but feel like you're drifting alone in a strange world. Life happens around you, but inside, you feel empty. You smile when meeting people, say, I'm fine, when someone asks, but deep down, you know you're not fine. You feel tired for no clear reason, as if carrying an invisible weight no one can see, pressing down on every breath. You start to wonder, why am I living? Do the things I do even matter? And that question scares you, because you don't have an answer. I understand that feeling. I know there are days you wish you could pause everything, disappear for a while, so you wouldn't have to keep trying. And yet you keep walking, even though you don't know where you're going. If you feel this way, this isn't going to be a video telling you to be strong or shouting empty slogans like, you can do it. This is a conversation, a moment for you to look within, find a small spark of light, and remember, you still have a reason to keep going. Because life is not meaningless. It's just waiting for you to give it meaning. You know, most of us don't lose motivation because we're lazy or weak. We lose it because we've lost the reason to keep moving forward. When you were younger, you had clear dreams. You wanted to be someone who made a difference, do work you love, see places you'd never been. But over time, bills to pay, family responsibilities, and society's endless comparisons quietly drained that fire. You began to live just to get by, not to feel alive. You worked only to pay the bills, not because you were creating value. You smiled just to get through the day, not because you were truly moved by life's beauty. And one day, you realized you're living on autopilot. Waking up because the alarm rings, not because you're excited for a new day. Working because you fear losing income, not because you love what you do. Meeting people out of obligation, not because you want to connect. The scariest thing isn't facing hardship. It's getting used to living without feeling anything at all. Like a machine running day after day, not knowing why it's running. This pain isn't yours alone. Many people feel the same, but they stay silent, afraid no one will understand, or worse, that people will call them weak. But you are not weak. This feeling is just your heart telling you. You've drifted too far from what makes it beat. And when you don't know what gives your life meaning, motivation fades away. If you feel like you're just existing, don't rush to find a huge life purpose right away. That pressure will only make you feel more stuck. Instead, start with small things. Even if your day feels empty, it changes the moment you give it a reason. Not a grand, impressive reason, just something that matters to you. It could be spending 5 minutes in the morning enjoying your favorite coffee slowly, taking a short walk and noticing birdsong or the way sunlight hits the leaves, calling an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, helping someone even if it's just giving up your seat on the bus or offering a smile, setting aside an hour for a hobby, painting, playing music, reading, writing. These little things are like seeds. Plant them each day, and over time, they'll grow into the reasons you want to wake up every morning. Also, allow yourself to slow down. We think we have to run fast to succeed, but often it's running too fast that makes us lose direction. Pausing to breathe and listen to yourself isn't quitting, it's finding your way back. And most importantly, set small, specific goals. Don't start with, I'll change my entire life. Start with, today I'll do one thing that makes me feel better. Do that every day, and you'll see, life starts to feel meaningful again. Not because the world changes, but because you change the way you live in it. I want to tell you a story about a man named Mabel. Mabel used to be full of dreams. In college, he dreamed of starting his own creative company. He believed he could, and poured all his youth into trying. But after graduation, things didn't go as planned. His first project failed. Debt piled up. Friends who once stood by him left. Mabel had to put his dream aside and take a job just to pay rent and survive. Every morning, he woke up heavy-hearted. His job didn't bring joy, but it wasn't bad enough to quit. Days blurred into each other. One day, Mabel thought, if I disappeared tomorrow, maybe no one would notice. One evening, walking home, Mabel saw an elderly woman struggling to push a heavy cart up a slope. He almost walked past, but stopped. He stepped in and helped her push. She turned, smiled, and said, "Thank you, son. Without you, I don't know what I'd have done." That sentence shook up Mabel. It had been so long since he felt he had done something meaningful. Not for himself, but for someone else. From that day, Mabel started noticing small ways he could help. fixing a coworker's computer, buying something a neighbor needed, teaching a neighbor's child to draw for free. Every time he helped, he felt a little warmer inside. And something strange happened. He slowly regained his energy and rediscovered his love for creativity. One day, he started a small weekend drawing class. The group grew. People began offering to pay. From there, Mabel rebuilt his career around his passion art. Mabel says, "What pulled me out of the dark wasn't a big success, it was the small things I did each day. They reminded me, I still exist, and my existence matters." You see, life is never truly meaningless. Sometimes, we just lose sight of what gives it meaning. You don't need a grand victory to feel worthy of living. You just need to find one small thing each day that makes you or someone else smile. Because those small things will add up to a life worth remembering. Maybe today you feel tired, discouraged, or invisible in this world. But believe me, your existence has value even if you can't see it yet. Tomorrow morning, don't ask, "Why should I live?" Instead, ask, "What small thing can I do today to make this life a little less meaningless?" And slowly, you'll see your heart will start to beat with hope again, your eyes will shine again, and you'll want to live, not just exist. Because life is not meaningless, it's waiting for you to give it meaning.